How are you?
Nice to see you. I suppose Mr. Moreno had a very nice conversation with you
Yes.
in the war.
We had a very good visit, brother.
I'm very happy to hear that.
Moving right along. Thank you.
The United States is committed to building a united, free, and secure Europe. We believe that goal requires a determined effort to continue to reduce the nuclear threat, a strong NATO adapting to new challenges, a strong CSCE working, among other things, to lead efforts to head off future Bosnias, a strong effort at cooperating with the United Nations, and an effort by all the nations of Europe to work together in harmony on common problems and opportunities. In the 20th century, conflict and distrust have ruled Europe. The steps we are taking today will help to ensure that in the 21st century, peace and prosperity reign. The forces that tore Europe apart have been defeated, but neither peace nor democracy's triumph is assured. The end of the Cold War presents us with the opportunity to fulfill the promise of democracy and freedom, and it is our responsibility, working together, to seize it, to build a new security framework for the era ahead. We must not allow the Iron Curtain to be replaced by a veil of indifference. We must not consign new democracies to a gray zone. Instead, we seek to increase the security of all, to erase the old lines without drawing arbitrary new ones, to bolster emerging democracies, and to integrate the nations of Europe into a continent where democracy and free markets know no borders, but where every nation's border are secure. The terrible conflict in Bosnia rages not 300 miles from this city. After 3 years of conflict, the combatants remain locked in a terrible war no one can win. Now each faces the same choice. They can perpetuate the daily military standoff, or they can stop spilling blood and start making peace. The government of Bosnia-Herzegovina has made the right choice by accepting the international peace plan and agreeing to recent calls for a ceasefire. So I say again to the Bosnian Serbs, end the aggression, agree to the ceasefire, and renewed negotiations on the basis of the contact group plan. Settle your differences at the negotiating table, not the battlefield. We mustn't let our frustration over that war cause us to give up our efforts to end it, and the United States will not do so.
Hungary, as a host country, is doing her utmost to provide the appropriate conditions for the achievement of these results.
NATO was created in the time of the Cold War. Today, not without difficulty, it is seeking its place in the new Europe. It's important that this quest should not give rise to new zones of demarcation, but should rather consolidate European unity. This logic, in our view, is contradicted by NATO's plans for expansion. Why sow the seeds of mistrust? After all, we are no longer enemies. We are all partners now. We hear explanations to the effect that this is allegedly the expansion of stability, just in case there are undesirable developments in Russia. If, on those grounds, the intention is to move the frontiers of NATO's responsibility up to Russia's borders, then let me say one thing. It's too soon to bury democracy in Russia. We must not repeat the mistakes of the past. No major country is going to live by the laws of isolation, and any such country will reject such a game played with it.
Federation, Ukraine, and the United States of America, and the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom will now sign the memorandum.
К безопасности Украине.